Hi, I'm Jeff Gonzalez, president of Trident Concepts, and today I'm here with Brownell's Daily Defense to talk to you about red dot sights. So what is a red dot sight? Well, here's an example of a red dot sight. This product from Aimpoint basically projects an electronic dot inside of this tube that allows the shooter to use it for aiming. So pretty simple. I have two examples here of different types of red dots. You can see the sizes. They're actually not that big. This was one of the earlier models. This became one of the most popular models, and then as the evolution occurred, we started to see the optics shrink down. So you can see that in that particular model there. And that's important because what we're trying to do with our rifle is we're trying to keep our rifle to a minimum weight. We don't want to load it up with so many pieces of equipment that it becomes too difficult to hold, which makes it too difficult to shoot. One of the things that makes the red dot sight very appealing is the fact that they're really easy to use. And what I talk about is what makes them easy to use is that that red dot is viewable any time of the day. Whereas some times of the day, the lighting conditions can make that iron sight, that front post sight, a little bit difficult to see. The viewability of that red dot under any lighting conditions makes it easy. The next thing we talk about is that the way that these optics are designed is to be target focused. So instead of being focused on the front sight post, I'm actually looking through that tube, that optical tube, at my target. And then I'm seeing the dot with my peripheral vision. So that makes it a little bit easier on the shooter. The other thing that's really nice is that we're using binocular vision here. Whereas typically when I'm shooting with iron sights, I sometimes have to close my non-shooting eye so that I can get a better focus on that front sight. With these types of optics, I don't have to do that. I can keep both my eyes open. Now, as we were running these red dots, it became probably pretty important to maintain that red dot's power. So the power source became important. And while in the early days, the power source, the longevity of the batteries were maybe, a little bit questionable, now these batteries will last forever. All right, maybe not forever, but here's what I tell people. You will probably shoot that barrel out before you have to replace the battery in that red dot optic. That's saying a lot right there. One of the things that we talk about is that even though these things have become super reliable, even though they're really rugged, we still want to have a set of backup iron sights. And the reason for that is just in the off chance that something goes wrong. We don't want to put all of our eggs in a basket. We want to be able to have quickly deployable backup iron sights should the need arise. The other nice thing about those backup iron sights is that I can co-witness my red dot with them. So once my red dot is zeroed, I can flip up my iron sights and I can test to see how accurate my iron sights are, or vice versa. If my iron sights are zeroed, I can kind of dial in my red dot from that. So there's some value behind having those backup iron sights outside of using them in an emergency. Whatever the case, whatever your choice in make and model of the product that you choose, one of the things that you're going to find is that it will help with your shooting performance. It does eliminate some of the variables that sometimes new shooters can run into. So it's valuable in that sense to explore. Now, it is costly, but at the same time, they're valuable for the purpose of the rifle, which is typically a defensive purpose, a defensive rifle. So if you have questions or comments, please feel free to post them down below. Until then, I'm Jeff Gonzalez. Take care and stay safe.